And we're on.
It's the Sini-Gang with l-boogy.
And Sterno Supernova.
Hey there, Sterno.
Hey, Boogie.
What's going on?
Nothing much. How you doing?
Doing all right? What do we got on the agenda today?
Not sure.
Let me see. So in the news lately, there's like a lot of people who've done lots of stuff, like in the past.
There's a lot of people who've done lots of stuff in the past in the news.
Yeah, well, they're getting in trouble for it now. It could be various
oh, that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah.
So you do stuff like 20, 15, 30 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And, now they're getting fired from jobs and stuff for various reasons.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything in your past that possibly you wouldn't want people to know about in a professional setting, I guess? I mean, it's like, there's some things like, like, hey, I shoplifted some candy, when I was 10, but that's not going to get you in trouble, when you're, I don't think I would get you in trouble at a job today for doing something, And I'm not trying to incriminate you on anything. Because personally, I know you haven't done anything very bad,
right?
That I know of.
Well, certain people think certain things are worse than you and I perceive them.
That's what I'm saying. What do you think?
I don't think
possibly. I mean, I don't think you've done anything that will jeopardize your job now. But let's say you were a politician or something.
I've often thought that if I ever decided to go into politics, and actually some people have asked me if I wanted to, then maybe this podcast would keep me from politics. So I said some stupid stuff, and it's a joke, but
no, but you, I don't think.
But if you put it in print, it doesn't sound as good as if you
heard me say it. You know, almost anything.
Yeah,
it's just this podcast is recorded and people can go back and take snippets in the wrong context. All the way back to
2005, something like that. So that's a lot of time.
Is it? I don't know, like 2007.
No, it wasn't. No, I don't know.
But you could say that
maybe it was 7.
You could take certain words and take it out of context. But the good thing about the podcast is the whole thing's out there.
Right.
And you could put it into context.
Well, okay.
Unlike saying something in public and someone just writing it down saying this is what he said.
Okay, you remember maybe, I don't know if it was the last podcast or the podcast before where I asked you about if you've ever been to see a chiropractor, right?
Yeah. And for me, I could say a lot of stupid stuff, and I said a lot of stupid stuff that day.
Yeah, no, but what I'm getting at was I was looking at a particular chiropractor, this guy based in Australia, Dr. Ian, I forgot his last name. But
is that who you're planning to see?
No, Australia. I'm not going to Australia for a freaking chiropractor. But he was a guy that on one of his videos, he did an adjustment to a newborn, like a premature kid, a baby that was maybe
that's
4 weeks. I mean, he just did a really minor thing. He explained it like he put the pressure I'm putting on the baby's spine is like less than what you put on your eye, if you comfortably.
I ain't touching my eye.
No, I mean, like if you were to put your eyelid down.
Yeah, like any pressure.
I can actually touch my eye because I use contact.
Can't. Yeah, that's why I don't use contact, because it scares the hell out of me to touch my eyeball.
You get used to it. Anyway, so what he explained it, and then he talked to the parents beforehand. He made the adjustment. Afterwards, the baby cried for like a second and was totally fine, fell asleep, right?
Okay.
So people took a snippet of that video. The part, because when he put an adjustment to the baby, there was an audible noise, like that. And the baby cried for a second. They put that video online, and next thing you know, there was outrage. There was like people saying he should be, fired. They want his license, blah, blah, blah. It was like a big thing. And he actually had to take down his YouTube account because people were getting on his case, and they didn't see the entire video, but they showed him the snippet. And that's all they put out there. And then it was enough for people to get up in arms. No one bothered. Well, not everybody, but very few people bothered to look at the original video where they showed a baby, the explanation, and afterward they did a follow-up. The baby was so much better, was able to do all these things, but just that one little bit. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if they were to take a snippet of our podcast and then not, put it in context, even sometimes with context, I say stuff that I know, like that sound mildly racist because I think racism is funny. I'm saying? I say it ironically.
Okay.
You could take that little snippet and make us sound like people would be up in arms about like certain things that I've said or you said, or anybody else that's
Yeah.
been part of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So even
Personally, I believe anything you've said has never been controversial.
for politics, it could be.
I don't
You
know.
take a little soundbite and you play it over and over and over again. You could put something into people's heads that you're manipulating the perception of the person.
I know how this stuff
I'm
works.
just saying that's why even if it's not that bad, but like, hey, Sterno doesn't think that I don't know, like black people should be allowed to do something. I forgot what I even said. It was something really stupid, and it was just like a joke because I thought it was funny, ironically funny, sarcastically funny. But if if you don't know how I talk, or because you say I talk monotone, and so maybe what I think sounds sarcastic, people think sounds normal. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I worry about those kind of things.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I'm not running for. I'm not running for office.
We're not even close to anything. But
yeah,
I mean, I've heard pretty much almost everything you've said on the podcast.
Yeah, as the editor of the podcast, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing I mean, even your jokes that you think are risque aren't risque. I have said a lot that crossed the line, but
I mean, that's one of the reasons we have names. I mean, we have pseudonyms or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Just because originally we wanted to not have to distance ourselves a little bit from our characters or who we portray.
Not to get fired over anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. But over the years, we're like, man, we haven't done anything, really that bad.
You are one thing is you've been very, at the beginning you were very concerned about that. Yeah. I was too, but not as much as you. And then as it's gone along, you've become less and less concerned. Whereas I've sort of kept the same concern. I like keeping my anonymity, whereas I don't think you care anymore.
Not really. I mean, there's news stories.
Yeah, if you
put any kind of effort,
if you search, you could find stuff out about us.
Yeah, but it's not like we're that hidden. I mean, I even remember, like, I think maybe, I don't know, half a dozen podcasts ago, I said my name without thinking, and I don't think I edited it out.
I edit all that out. Yeah, in the audio version, but the video version, I
just post it. I mean,
see, like I said, you care
I've
less.
mellowed out a lot about that stuff. Yeah.
Whereas I still edit stuff out. I censor personal stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, not stories or anything, but names and
yeah. And I appreciate that, but like this goes out live anyway. The video part of it, which all the 19 people that watch it are gonna, I got to worry about them, but otherwise, whatever.
But outside of the podcast, have you ever done anything that could be considered troubling? Or let's say we're seeing these stories about what people have done, years ago, and they're getting in trouble. Have you thought about? Have you backtracked and thought, "Ooh, what have I done in the last so many years that could get me in trouble?" I guess you haven't.
No, I have.
Oh, you have?
But I also have concerns about.
You can just say yes or no. You don't have to say what you did.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I've done stuff where it could be a blemish. It could be an issue, especially with my job.
Okay.
So that's why
There's nothing illegal though, right? Or yes.
So moving on. I mean,
I've gotten speeding tickets, but that's not as bad. Speeding tickets ain't bad. I've gotten
it's been electronic stuff.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I've gotten into skirmishes. You can say that.
Are you talking high school?
Yeah.
I don't think high school counts.
Do
you think it counts, high school? Because the people that have been getting in trouble lately, they're people that have used their position, their celebrity. Well,
Kevin Spacey, how old was he when he did his thing?
He was already an actor, right?
He was like 21, maybe.
Yeah, but
with a 14-year-old. but
okay, that's all right. Go ahead.
High school is 18, right?
Yeah.
That's close enough to me.
Yeah, but with it, well, the Kevin Spacey thing is totally extreme.
So, yeah. I'm saying that happened 30-some years ago for him.
Yeah, but that's
or even like 40s. I don't know.
Okay,
I have ties to a lot of bad people also.
Yeah.
I have ties to people in jail.
We joked about this in the past.
Yeah, I have ties.
Like people.
That's
how we put it.
If I ever wanted to commit a crime, I know who to contact.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that.
Whereas I'd have to go to you and ask, hey, who do I contact to commit a crime?
Yeah, I've sampled stuff. I've
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. Why are we confessing these things?
No, I'm just saying. I don't know if that would be anything bad. I don't think sampling, politician.
I mean, I think if you're not doing something like murder, rape, if it's anything from high school backwards, shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
I mean, there's probably something in the middle there that like armed robbery.
I'm assuming 18 and up is fair game.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that. Sure.
Yeah, because that's why I was thinking. I was some people were 18 in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people were. So
yeah.
That's my thinking is 18 and up.
Okay.
So 18 and up. Have you done anything? And I was saying I have been in skirmishes since I was 18. I have been in bad places I shouldn't have been. But you also got to think about the time in Virginia Beach in the 90s. It was.
Well, people don't understand.
I know. I'm trying to set it up.
Yeah. Okay.
In the 90s in Virginia Beach, there was a lot of Filipino gang violence. That's one thing. Gang violence was an issue with the Filipino community in the 90s.
We actually know somebody wrote a book about it, like a fictionalized version.
Oh yeah. But there was a lot of. It was in the news a lot. There was a lot of graffiti, a lot of fights, a lot of things.
Yeah, I remember one of our friends telling me that he got like pulled over by the cops just because he was driving around because like he looked like a gang person.
Yeah, I have my cousin. He was pulled over by the cops, handcuffed and roughed up a bit, and it wasn't him. It wasn't supposed to be him because they were looking for someone else. Stuff like that. I've stuff like that. Yeah. But in the 90s at the time, there was, I'm not saying we were like South Side Chicago or
yeah.
Not that, but
there was an issue that was
that was dealt with what politicians had to deal with or police were well known.
Okay, go ahead.
There was obviously an issue. And living at the time, I didn't think it was an issue. I was, when I go to these parties with all the gangsters, I was like, man, there's nothing going to happen. They're all, as long as everyone's cool.
As long as everyone's cool?
Yeah. And nothing bad's going to happen. And if something does happen, most people knew how to
handle themselves.
Safe.
Yeah. But I know people that have died at parties.
Yeah. But it's so hard to put it into context because when you say that, because let's say you hear there's a kid with a gun in a school today.
Right.
Let's say a high school kid brings a gun to a school. Everyone's going to freak out like crazy.
Oh, yeah. This is post-Columbine and everything else.
Everyone's going to freak out. You find a gun, everyone, freaks out.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I saw a lot of guns. Let's just say that. I knew a lot of people who had guns, knives. And I'm going to also say that most of the people in the school didn't know this stuff either. I went to a very diverse high school.
Okay.
But I do know, certain cliques were bad.
Right.
And I do know they, did bad things. I have a friend who hit a teacher in a parking lot with his car.
You didn't tell me that till way later. And I'm like, what?
I'm trying to skip school.
I talk to this guy every now and then, and he seems like perfectly fine.
They were just trying to skip school. They were in the parking lot.
And they just kind of hit a teacher.
The teacher was trying to stop them. That's the teacher's job, was not to make sure people didn't leave school grounds.
Yeah.
And they were trying to be sneaky. They drove around and thought the coast was clear. The teacher saw them, tried to stop them. Got hit by the car.
Okay, I never asked. But when you say hit by the car, what do you mean? Like he flew up and was on the hood of the car?
Yeah, but basically, it's not like he just got grazed by the car. Yeah, he got knocked down, hit by the car.
And were there police involved after this?
He called the police. Yeah.
Did they get away, or did they? He probably saw their faces.
Yeah, they got in trouble.
Okay.
I don't think they got arrested.
How could you not get arrested for that?
I think because certain things they keep internal. You don't want stuff like this getting out to the news.
Okay.
It was a different time. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
See, and that's the problem with people getting in trouble today. You can always say, "Hey, it was a different time," but I didn't hit nobody in no car. Really, just say,
"Yeah, that wasn't you.
That wasn't me."
No, okay.
That would probably get me into trouble with a lot of stuff today.
And today, like someone with their phone would like take a video of everything going on and all that other stuff too.
Yeah. You got to be really careful about everything today, because, like I said, if it's recorded, it's easier to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas someone could just say something back then, and you just word of mouth.
Never happened.
Yes, but and I don't want people to think I was, gangster or a bad person. That was just people I hung out with. Maybe people do think it, but most people who know me don't even know this stuff. I'm just saying there was a lot of stuff that happened back then. And I was 18 at the time. I was 18,
legal
19.
adult.
Yeah. And I knew when I turned from 17 to 18, things I did could get me into more trouble.
Right.
So I purposely stopped doing certain things.
My dad actually told me when I turned 18, he's like, you're an illegal adult now, so anything you do could. And I'm like, me. Why would you tell me that? I don't do crap.
Well, because in your dad's eyes, you're a bad boy. Your dad doesn't hang around with other 17-year-old kids your age. Your dad hangs out with you and sees you
I know
every day.
he wasn't exactly an angel when he grew up, but for some reason, I don't know.
Yeah, he sees you. He sees the bad things you do. He magnifies those.
I think you're right about that. I'm like, what? Of course. Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, they don't know that.
Yeah.
See, if they had seen the people that I hang out with, they'll be like, "Yo, you're fine."
Yeah.
And I think that's what helped me too, because my parents knew about a lot of these people. They knew about them. They knew I didn't do the stuff they did. I mean, I did graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, skirmishes. I wouldn't call them fights. But yeah, they were that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've done anything bad that would get me in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But then there's so much to think about.
Are you the fact that all these people are having their misdeeds come to light now? The
ones that they say, I don't even remember this stuff. And I do believe some of these people don't remember this stuff.
Okay.
Like I said, if someone said, if I was at a party and something happened,
mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't remember it 20, 30 years ago.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I told this story to you before. I don't know if I told it. I'm pretty sure I did.
Mm-hmm.
So in high school, senior year in high school, I wasn't, like I said, I had my own cliques. I had my own friends. I was not that exactly fond of like the popular kids. Your really popular kids, like the popular high school kids. I mean, a lot of kids, my friends were popular, but in a different way. But the popular kids, your Zach Morrises and AC Slaters.
Yeah.
You had those kids.
Yeah.
I didn't like them. I was always separate.
I think if you're not part of the clique, you don't like them. I mean, if you're not part of the in crowd or whatever. It
wasn't even the in crowd thing. It was just they were the popular kids in high school, and they did things, and they had their own parties. They had they thought they were bad and everything too, and stuff. So I wasn't a big fan, but I knew a lot of them. I had a lot of them were friends of mine. I mean, big groups of people. And there was a diverse group also: white people, black people, Filipinos, whatever.
Right.
They had those.
Okay.
I was sticking to mainly a Filipino crew when I was in high school, but you had popular kids, the ones that the teachers liked or the teachers knew about or whatever. Your school body presidents, all that, athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I didn't like them.
Okay.
But I hung around with a lot of them at different times and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like, I was like, I despise you, I'm not going to hang out with you. Some of them were, on a one-to-one level, we were friendly.
Right.
But as a group, I didn't like the group.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, you could say I don't like, certain Republicans, but me and this dude's fine, or I don't like Democrats, but me and this guy, we hang out, we're cool.
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay.
So a lot of so fast forward years and years later, someone posted a video on Facebook online of a party in high school, a hotel party where all the kids were hanging out and dancing and hooking up and playing video games and have a big old hotel party.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching this video like, man, look at these suckers. They're all stupid and thinking they're cool. I mean, this video is old.
Yeah, it's probably camcorder.
Yeah, it was camcorder, and I was like, man, look at these kids thinking they're cool, having their little hotel party, lame ass school body president, and all these people.
Yeah.
And then they're going room to room, showing people. Some people just standing on the wall. Some people, dancing. And then they go to another room and they're showing, kids, smoking. And then they go to another room and there's kids playing video games. I'm like, man, look at these fools. And then I'm looking at the bed and there's a kid playing video games. And I think it's me. I don't remember being at this party, but I looked close at the video. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm on that bed playing video games. One thing, I'm at this party. Why the hell am I playing video games? I was playing PlayStation 1 or something. Street Fighter, I don't know.
Wow.
And I don't remember at all being at this party. At all.
But you've been to how many parties in your lifetime?
Lots.
So it's sort of...
And it could have been one of those things I just, I rode up there with someone. We just checked it out for, 10 minutes. And while I was there, played video games that we split because we thought it was lame. I don't know.
With the exception of the video game parts, we do that now. Sometimes
I know.
We just like, hey, let's see what's up there, say hi, and show our face and walk out.
Yeah, sometimes we get invited to we get invited all the time and stuff. Yeah. And a lot of times we want to not be rude and make an appearance because a lot of people expect us there and whatever.
Yeah.
So we do make appearances and stuff nowadays. But the fact that I don't remember this party back then
it bugs you?
No, it makes me wonder what else I can't remember.
Oh. I want to say I'm pretty sure that if you did something really bad, like cross the line, you would remember that. I can't see you just totally blanking it out. Do you think you could actually blank out something that was like really bad?
I used to we used to go out every weekend to stuff, right?
Yeah.
We used to go out partying every weekend, clubs and all that.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times I don't remember some stuff from those times.
Yeah. Sometimes we shouldn't have driven. Sometimes, yeah.
So,
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. I still don't buy the fact that you could do something bad enough that would mess you up now and you wouldn't remember it.
Yeah, but some things,
because you don't do that. Well, you don't do like the hard drugs or anything that would. And I've seen you get messed up alcohol wise, but I've also watched to make sure you don't do something stupid. Like your friends are there to make sure you don't like do anything horrible. And if you did, we'd let you know. So I think you're covered. I think you're fine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think. Well, I mean, we didn't hang out exclusively. You had other friends, so I don't know about your other friends, but
yeah, I mean, I have friends today who are still doing bad things.
Right. So I can't speak for the times I'm not there. That's all I'm saying. But from what I can tell, we hang out a lot. You're okay. I would think.
Is the worst thing you've ever done like really bad? Do you think?
Not really bad.
I mean, have you killed a man?
No.
In Dearborn, Michigan.
Not that I can talk about right now. Apparently, no. That's
a movie thing for people who get it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you get it.
But no, I don't get it.
Yeah. People who do get it love that.
They're probably laughing their ass off right now. I don't know.
I once killed a man in Dearborn, Michigan.
Where's that from?
Almost Famous.
Oh, I forgot. I've only seen that movie. You love that movie.
I know.
I've only seen it like maybe one and a half times. Not even the whole thing. You used to gush about that movie so much.
Because it's a classic. It's a great movie.
It is a great movie. I'm not doubting it, but you were just like, man, Almost Famous, and I fell in love with Kate Hudson, and like whatever. I was just like, okay, man.
Penny Lane.
Yes, I know, Penny Lane. You remember it fondly, but I'm just, No, I don't think I've done anything that bad. But
have you done anything illegal?
Yeah.
Okay. Me too. But nothing that let me see. I don't think there's anything I would have done that would have given me jail time or a good lawyer wouldn't have gotten me out of.
I probably would have got away with community service.
Okay. I mean, a good friend of ours, he did community service. And yeah, his stuff was pretty lame. Mm-hmm. I used to take him to community service. And I'm like, and I personally think he got worse by going to community service. Because
he got worse?
Yes. He had to hang out with all these other bad people. They would trade stories.
So you concentrate them together and then they infect each other and make it worse. They magnify. It's like a downward spiral.
He got networked into
the bad boy.
A group of bad people.
Oh man.
So
it's the opposite effect of what the community service is supposed to do.
I mean, he went to community service all scared, and everyone was like, "Oh, nonchalant about it." I was like, "Yeah, this is my 6th time doing this stuff," and hey, what'd you get in trouble for? Like, hey, you need to hook up? Me and Joe over here.
God,
we're good. So, I think that needs to be, sort of changed around a bit, but I don't know. I got no solutions for that.
I was gonna say it's a general commentary on the I don't know what you call it, the system of community service.
The system is what it's called.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it's not the penal system because you're not in jail. Wait, this is a friend that actually ended up in jail a couple of times, right?
Yeah, well, it's not jail. It's a holding cell. There's a difference. There is a difference.
I get the difference, but I can't. If you ask me to define a difference, I don't.
The holding cell is not jail.
It's not prison.
Yeah, but
okay. I thought prison and jail are different, right?
It depends on who you talk to.
Oh. See, I'm a little confused because I've never been involved with any of that stuff.
Other than bailing, good. That's because you're so good.
Other than bailing out the guy that we're talking about, I did one time.
Because you're so good.
What? Like, okay. Because I haven't done any time. I'm so good. The bar is kind of low for that, apparently.
Shoot, I bet you never got detention in high school.
Once.
You did.
I was so pissed. I dispute that too. Asshole teacher. I didn't say it then, but I was thinking it very loudly.
That now that we're older and that we know teachers, personally, I think a lot of teachers back then were pretty stupid. I think.
In what way?
Well, when you're in high school and you look up at teachers, you think they're smart and know their stuff, or well educated and proper. They know the difference between right and wrong and stuff.
Yeah.
Now that I know a lot of teachers, not I'm not talking about friends of mine, but I know people who turned into teachers, and
you know what they were like before they were teachers.
I know what they're like now.
Yeah.
I actually, in my line of work, I actually deal with a lot of teachers.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
And there's a lot of teachers who don't know.
We talk about teachers at a high level too. So
there's a lot of teachers who are they don't have a lot of common sense. They're very, maybe they might be smart in their studies, but they're not smart in a lot of other things.
Back when I was in high school, we had this one coach that taught driver's ed. And he actually started talking about each of the students in the class. Like we were at I guess we were like at a point where we had no more teaching to do in the classroom. And he goes, Sterno, you're a smart guy. But you know what makes you better? Is actually you actually have common sense. You can actually, because I know a lot of smart people. And he gave me this speech about like, yeah, you can, you're book smart, but you're not like, you can actually function. And every time I do something stupid now, I always think of that little speech, like maybe I don't have the common sense. Maybe he overestimated me. So your little talk right there just reminded me of that speech from high school, because I was like, man, maybe I don't have common sense. I think I'm a little aware of my shortcomings, and I try to do better. And every time I mess up, I'm like, okay, I do better next time.
Yeah, see, I think a lot of teachers aren't very self-aware. or they think they know stuff, and
Yeah.
I know they don't know stuff.
Yep.
Basically, the more I've learned about teachers, the dumber they become.
Well, I mean, growing up, you're supposed to have a certain level of respect, and I don't want to say awe, but like,
yeah,
you should kind of think of your teachers on a higher level.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to generalize teachers either.
No,
because I do know a lot of teachers who are very smart and very cool and very much aware.
I had a teacher in high school that actually was one of the few people that had access to the original Shakespeare manuscripts, and I'm like, whoa, So I was just like, I had teachers like that, and I had other teachers and people that know me who, like a teacher that was obsessed with Elvis and try to relate everything about a history lesson to Elvis, and I was like, what?
There's probably a lot of stretching going on.
Oh my God, it was so bad. And she made us listen to the story of how she first heard Elvis and that kind of thing. So I've been through the spectrum. Is what I'm trying to get to, of good teachers and I don't know why you're teaching teachers, those kind of things.
But I do want to point out there are a lot of good teachers out there, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners probably are teachers who are probably very good teachers.
Yeah,
and like I do know a lot of teachers who probably are a lot smarter than their jobs.
I know
let them be.
Yeah, a lot of teachers who don't even necessarily don't have PhDs or something like that or masters, but they teach and they've inspired. I remember I've been inspired by a lot of teachers, so I know what you're saying.
But I have a lot of teachers that in high school I thought, you know what, I think I'm smarter than this person. And now that I've grown up, I know I am. I know I was at that time. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
I remember I had this one Spanish teacher. He was asking, we were learning, this is very beginning Spanish. So we were learning words. And then he, one of the words we learned was huevos. Huevos. So he's going around, students. Huevos. ¿Tienes huevos? Which, yes, you think that, but you're thinking a teacher can't be asking what I'm thinking. So he's probably thinking, do you have eggs, like for lunch? Or did you have eggs? Maybe that's what he's trying to ask. Yeah. So everyone's asking no, answering no, we don't have eggs. He's asking, Boogie, ¿tienes huevos? I'm like, no, I don't have, because you're not, in class, you're not thinking dirty. You're thinking,
no tengo ni huevos.
Yeah, because they could be asking, ¿tienes una coche? ¿Tienes una silla? Then he'll ask you, ¿tienes camiseta? I'm like, yes, I have a shirt. So when he asks you, ¿tienes huevos? No, I have no eggs. So the next day he comes up with, with a construction paper drawing of balls, like a male balls.
Are you serious?
Yes.
A Spanish teacher?
Yes, and he gave it out to us and says, Hoy tienes huevos, which is funny, but you can't be doing that in high school.
Well, this was the 90s.
The 90s.
Still can't do that in high school, though.
And I'm like, yo, in the 90s, I'm like, yo, this teacher, it's wrong. You're wrong for that.
Were there any repercussions?
No.
Oh man, in my high school, that guy would have been out so quickly.
Today in any high school,
they would have been. Well, I went to parochial school, so yeah, but yeah, they would have been like parents called, apologies, maybe a meeting of the PTA.
Yeah, any pretty much most public schools today.
Today.
But yeah, like I'm saying, nothing happened to the teacher, and everyone was like, no one thought it was funny. No one thought it was funny, but no one thought it was bad enough to get this, to tattle on this guy.
Yeah.
No one was like, I'm telling the principal on you.
Right.
Because no one thought it was funny though. I didn't think it was funny. I was like, damn, you think you're funny with this? Mm. That's as far as it went with me.
Right.
But yeah.
Damn, I can't believe that. Definitely would not fly in 2017.
But yeah, back in my day, that's what I had to sit through.
Last millennium.
And the guy was not a bad guy. He was not a...
Did he do any more of these kind of jokes?
He did a few. That was probably one of the worst ones.
One of the worst.
Hey, there's other things, but...
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, he probably, I don't know. Maybe he did get fired a couple years later. I don't know. I don't keep up in touch with them. But I do remember that happening, and I didn't think it was funny, but I didn't think it was bad either. I didn't think it was crossing the line. But now it is.
Yeah.
when he gave construction favors to people.
To everybody in the class.
Well, the boys, a lot of the boys.
Oh, okay. That makes
He
it
didn't
okay.
give any girls.
I don't. Yeah, because if you gave it to girl, that would be like, oh crap.
I do think about a lot of times that teachers were talking to girls, and I do think I'm like, that teacher's pretty close to this girl. I'm like, yo. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, he was really close to her. I do think about that. I mean, there have been times I've stepped up to girls, but I've made my intentions known.
Yeah, that's different. I mean,
yeah.
As far as I know, you've never been a teacher, right?
No.
So it's been like a interaction between two people.
Adults.
Yeah, I guess adults. I don't know if you're talking about high school too. That's fine.
18 and up. We're talking about.
We're still in 18 and up. Okay.
Now, in the Philippines, I think a lot of this stuff that's happening today isn't even a blip on some radars in the Philippines. You know, I'm thinking a lot of, let me say, I don't want to get people in trouble. That's why I'm not trying to insinuate things also.
Inappropriateness?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff for people getting in trouble with today.
Okay.
Between sexual harassment and other crimes. I don't think it would be a blip on the radar in the Philippines.
You think?
I think so.
I'm not sure how.
I mean, they got a president who's admitted in killing people.
Right. He's
flat out said, I've killed someone. And he justifies,
What did he say? I never heard that the justification for it.
Well, I was going to say he justifies the killing of drug dealers and stuff.
Okay, so was it supposed to be a drug dealer?
It's bad people. He said he's killed.
That sounds like the justification from True Lies. I killed a lot of people, but they were all bad.
But other times, I'm trying not to.
Well, see, I don't know the culture of we went through this whole period of the country, the 50s and 60s when all this stuff was permissible 70s, and then we went through this whole thing with PC and now empowering women. So we went through this whole progression where now people are talking about it. That's why they have to go backwards and talk about stuff that they weren't able to talk about in the past. So I don't know how it is in the Philippines. I mean, I'm sure it's still male dominated.
It's not as PC.
Yeah, because they didn't. I think our PC stuff went a little overboard anyway, but still, yeah, there were some good points to political correctness as well.
But I'm just saying, I do think things need to change there, like the way things have changed here. Yeah. I do think they're in a culture where, there's a lot more open. I don't want to say illegal stuff, but
are you saying like casting couch and the cast? I'm talking about the casting couch and all that stuff.
That's not Filipino.
Is it? I'm thinking is it happening? I'm asking if it's happening there too.
I'm like, I don't see any Filipinos when I watch Casting Couch.
What is Casting Couch? Is it an actual show? I know the term, what it means.
You Google it yourself.
There's an actual thing called Casting Couch? I honestly did not know that. I thought it's a term that's been around for years and years.
If people watch the video, you're sitting on a couch that is very similar.
Oh God. Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Again, you're very vanilla. You're very good boy.
That term has been around since I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an old Hollywood term. So I didn't know that they actually did something with it. I'm not surprised. I'm not happy that my couch is similar to the couch.
It's very similar.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to show you a picture.
Oh, my God. Seriously?
Yes.
I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying seriously, I can't believe that. God.
I'm just saying. I don't.
Heck.
Have you brought a picture of the casting couch?
Okay, mine's the love seat.
Here is. I'm showing you
that's a full couch, and mine's the love seat.
I'm showing you porn right now.
No, show me I see the stills. Okay, I'm looking at stills.
Oh, I'm showing you the actual porn.
But I don't want people seeing me watching
But
doing a reaction video.
I'm just showing you the couch that they're using.
I know.
It's very similar to the couch that you're on now.
Oh, Jesus. It's a black leather couch.
People know this already.
I didn't. I'm sure the people that like me that had no idea that it actually was a show that used that as a name.
It's a thing. Let's just say it's a thing.
Oh my gosh. I'm never using that term again.
No, it's fine. It's a thing.
Well, I'm using it as a traditional, people in a position of power taking advantage of actresses and actors that are trying to work on movies and films. And yeah. That's how I was using that. I didn't know. Yeah, that's just disturbing. I'm turning.
But if you do find a Filipino on one of these things, let me know. But
see, this is why we can't I can't run for office. Just so you know that.
Why, your browsing history?
No comment.
I'll openly admit I've seen lots of these videos to these actresses. I know a lot of.
And you're like, oh, her again? That kind of thing. You're like aware of these people and you see them in. Multiple...
Oh, I know names. I know IMDb. I have favorites.
Okay. I'm just all stunned right now.
I know, because you're such a good boy.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not always a good boy, but
you're shocked.
I
am shocked.
I compartmentalize. I keep them separated.
You're blocking it out.
Not blocking it out and forgetting it, but my bad stuff is measured and separated. That's all I'm saying.
This debauchery is so absurd.
When have you ever heard me? Is that supposed to be an impression of me?
Yes.
I guess it's better than the geeky impression voice that you usually use, but dang. Debauchery. I will not stand for such debauchery. That kind of thing?
Yes. Yeah. That's you.
I'm not saying that. Maybe I'm looking like that. You could probably hear my thoughts about it, but I'm not saying it.
But yeah, I do think stuff like that does go on in the Philippines.
Well, it's going on here apparently too, because we just brought up some videos and still of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's an okay thing there. I mean, recently there have been actors who have been accused of stuff like that who have been getting into a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, actors, popular actors.
So it's not just the United States where people are speaking out more. Is that what you're saying, or?
Well, over there, it's like it has to be like rape,
Oh.
It's got to be I think their level, I mean, their line is a lot higher, or a lot lower, depending on what you're meaning. I think they'll let a lot more things go.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like Al Franken,
I don't know everything he did.
He did it against I believe she's part Filipino. The one chick he did it against.
Not that it makes it,
No, but it actually made me pay attention to the story.
Really?
When with what's her name? Oh man, I love the chick too. I used to love her when she was on Best Damn Sports Show on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the show she was on. She was a sports chick at one time, and then she turned into more of a news chick. But basically, he had gone out to a USO tour, and he was supposed to. He was just a host. She was just the host of the show with a lot of singers or actors. Singers or performers. And he was a comedian, so they paired them up to be host of the thing. And he said, "Let's do a skit," basically, where they end the skit with him kissing her, and she didn't want to do it, but then he wanted to do it and then practice. She didn't want to practice it. They practiced it. He stuck his tongue down her throat. She said, "No, don't do that."
Well, that's only the first one that really. There's more, right? There's probably more on it.
Yeah, well, a lot of.
And you're talking about Leanne Tweeden?
Yeah, Leanne Tweeden. I'm gonna say she was on Best Damn Sports Show, but I believe she's part Pinay. But she said it was creepy and a lot of stuff like that kept happening. And then there's a picture of him, sort of jokingly groping her, that kind of thing.
Oh man.
Which were you hearing about it and you're like, "Oh man, it's bad," right?
Yeah.
I think if something passes like that in the Philippines, I don't know if they get in trouble or they get fired. They might get in trouble, but I don't think they get. I don't think it gets an uproar like it does here.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. Like I said, I'm not that familiar with how things work in the Philippines.
You should pay attention.
Well, I mean,
because you're Filipino.
Yeah, but I'm Filipino-American. I don't live in the Philippines.
Okay.
I mean, I know what you're saying, but it's not like I'm immersed in the culture of the Philippines. I'm happy with the heritage, but I don't know how things work. But I have a general idea. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. But yeah, I do pay attention, and I do know a lot. Like I said, there's a couple of actors out there who have been getting in trouble.
Yeah,
comedians and stuff.
One I really like was it dang. Well, I just blanked on his name. The guy with the goatee, red hair, bald.
I'm gonna let you figure out.
Yeah, I know. It's like Louis C.K.
I was gonna say there's initials in his name.
I wanted to say what I wanted to come out was C.S. Lewis, and I know that was wrong. Louis C.K. I liked his stuff, but I kind of figured there might be some stuff wrong with him from what he, his comedy, but I didn't know what he had done until it came out, until it was.
Yeah, and a lot of the things that he did, I think would be okay in the Philippines. I mean, he.
Don't we have to talk about?
Yeah, but specifics. I think a lot of things he did wouldn't be a bad thing in Philippines or even other countries.
Well, I think he wouldn't be that bad here 20 years ago, but
yeah,
like I said, people we haven't hit the same level or same point where they feel it's comfortable talking about it and calling people out.
I have told you I do have a plan if I ever get in trouble. Whereas I do go to jail. I am going to go to jail.
Yeah,
I do have a Philippine escape plan.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I call it, my Philippine escape plan.
So how does it work? What do you do? I don't understand. What do you...
I can't tell you the details, but there's
what ultimately happens with the Philippine escape plan?
I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. But I tell you, there are things that are going to happen, and you might not see me.
Where will you be?
I have
no idea.
I'll be in Canada. I have friends in Toronto. So I will be in Canada hiding from the police.
That's a great plan, man. You might want to consider renaming the plan. Just a suggestion there.
I like the name of the plan. I do have an escape bag packed.
Do you really?
Yes.
You got a bug out bag and all that?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not just for escaping.
Like if there's some sort of natural disaster.
Yeah. Well, not even just that. Not that extreme.
I was trying to make it sound nice for you. You just go with that.
No, but things like Let's say there was like a forest fire coming to our area, and
that's more likely a hurricane. But
okay, a hurricane.
Yeah.
And we got it like jet right away.
Yeah.
The cop comes knocking at the door. Get out now.
Mm-hmm. Mandatory evacuations.
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah. I probably should have stuff ready for that too, but I don't.
Yeah, because you're good.
No, that one is actually a good idea.
Yeah, well, mine wasn't made for hurricane.
I mean, like your birth certificate, your passport, all that stuff, put it together, any kind of financial stuff, laptop, whatever.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Part of the Philippine escape plan. It's like step 3.
I don't want to know the steps. I like to be blissfully ignorant of that.
Yep. So, I've already made plans that I hope I never have to use.
Yep.
But let's do a Tagalog word of the day.
Sure. This is the part of the podcast where Boogie and I educate our listeners on the Filipino language. Neither Boogie nor I are actual native speakers of Filipino or Tagalog, so if we get some aspect of the word incorrect, like its pronunciation usage, grammatical usage, or some part of its definition, feel free to let us know by emailing us or however you feel like you'd want to do that, because we value your feedback and we want to know when we make mistakes. But please keep in mind that we never say that we're an informational podcast. We just do this for fun. So don't make us feel bad, because we're just trying to, share a little bit of the culture. And if we do something wrong, like we said, we always want your feedback, but Again, we're sensitive people, so don't be mean. Boogie, do you have a word?
There was a word that I had. I was like, I'm not gonna use this. It's a little
Risque or
no, not even that.
okay.
We're using yapak.
I don't know what that means.
Yapak ang paa mo.
Yapak. What is it?
Yapak.
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 Spell it.
Y-A-P-A-K.
Okay, that's what okay.
Yapak. Yapak ikaw.
Okay.
Walang sapatos. Si sterno. Yapak si sterno. Y-A-P-A-K.
Yeah, I know. I have a Tagalog dictionary too. I just opened it up to make sure it wasn't too bad. I don't know. I might want to run for office. You know, I might be saying something really bad that could be using a sound bite. You never know.
Yapak si sterno. Walang sapatos.
Which means barefoot.
Yeah.
So, yapak. Yapak. How do you pronounce it? I mean,
Yapak.
Yapak. I know I'm putting the emphasis in the wrong place, is why I'm saying Yapak. So let's make Yapak our word of the day. I've never heard that used. Do you use it all the time?
All the time.
Wow. Like, maybe I just don't go barefoot very often. I don't know.
Make sure you visit our website, www.sini-gang.com.
Or email us at thesinigang@gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at The Sini-Gang.
Find us on facebook.com/thesinigang. Or look for our videos on YouTube. Do a search for our URL, www.sini-gang.com, and you should be able to find our videos. And if you do look at one of our videos, feel free to comment, because we really like that. And it makes us feel good. So until next time, this is Sterno Supernova.
And this is l-boogy, the Elemental One, saying thanks for listening and see you now.
Was there a moral to that? To us bringing up these people? Just that they would just be bringing up that we have the same thing. I couldn't. Now that I think about it, was there a moral to like the whole topic?
No.
Okay, just checking. We good?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching. Tune in for our next episode. Till then, take care.